we're going to Flame Shock, Primordial, Flame Shock, and then Ice Fury Spirit, Storm Sky, Hard Cast, Ascendance, Frost, Earth, Lightning, Hard Cast, Frost, Earth, Lightning with 1 second left with the extra Lightning Bolt buff. Okay, so now that 10.1 is finally out and Elemental Shamans are now buffed / nerfed a little bit depending on what playstyle you get and which one you want to do. From me playing all BGs to arenas to solos, I honestly believe I'm going to be switching it here and there, but this is baseline, the new Elemental Shaman build that I think I am going to be playing with after doing hours of testing. This build so far has served me the best play style for right now, because I know there's new gear, new everything coming out, so we'll see for right now. But this one is possibly the funnest one that I've had since the Lightning build. So right now it'll depend on what we're going to be playing against. If we're going to be playing with a Warlock, then definitely we'll take a Nature Swiftness, so we'll have an instant heal plus a health stone. If we want to go full damage, we'll put it back in here, so we'll have the highest crit. If we're going against Double Caster, we put that over there with the magic. Other than that, if we want to go heal and nature, just so we can have that extra heal. But if anything, we're going to put it in full damage for right now. We are going to be going a kind of hybrid, again, all elements build. We're doing the same exact thing. We're doing the same exact thing that we did last patch. It's just this one, there is just no more instant lava burst. That's the thing that's different about this one, is there's no instant lava burst. And so you are going to have to hard cast one lava burst, and that's pretty much it. You can hard cast the second lava burst, but I'm kind of just going for a one rotation. You are going to have 2 chances to do it, but the way that I'm building this, I'm trying to go for a pure one shot, one kill type thing, and the others are just going to kind of be like for backup. But this is the build that we're going to be using. You can take your pick on whether or not you can, change this out if you want the pet or the heals. Right now I'm just taking the heals just because lava burst, just in case I want to heal myself. But I might take this one. It all depends on what I'm going to be going up against, obviously. But for right now, this one is going to be the lava build. We're trying to buff lava burst as much as we can, without giving up as much as we can. So ideally we would want to have Echo Chamber. We would want to have down here of Primordial Surge, so we can have that extra 15%. But I've noticed every single time when I've tried to kill people with just one-shotting with just the lava burst, sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. And so I've noticed that these other ones were more beneficial and help me out more in time, because sometimes people would take this one over here, but I've noticed right now that like Flame Shock is just getting dispelled like that. So that is the problem with this build that I'm noticing, that you have to be very, very precise with your Primordial Wave on this bad boy, because Primordial Wave, if that gets dispelled, this whole thing, your whole lava burst is gonna hit like a blanket, And so you got to be very specific with this bad boy, and hopefully it doesn't get dispelled. But right now I think I do have a good thing for it. The problem with it is the PvP totem doesn't let you, for some reason, use Primordial Wave on the PvP one. See, it says invalid target. So for some reason it doesn't let you use that. So we are going to use the dungeon one. And yes, I understand that the numbers are not going to be correct on it, but it's not about the numbers. It's about the rotation and all the hits that you are going to be hitting with it. The numbers will vary depending on PvP and all that jazz, but we're going to try to maximize as much potential with electrified shocks, master of the elements, and elemental equilibrium. We are going to be using Ascendance instead of deeply rooted elements. I know a lot of shamans are using this bad boy, but there's a reason why I'm using Ascendance and not the other one. It's not so I can cast Lava Burst. This is just strictly just for the transformation. We are not even going to be casting Lava Burst while we're in this form. It is strictly just for the burst of it. If we're trying to go maximum burst, this is the rotation with it. So we are going to be using, I know a lot of people are going to be like, dude, what are you doing? You're putting 2 talents into Oath of the Farseer. Yes, I understand. But I've noticed that in game, you can never make it to 3 minutes, but you can make it to 2 minutes. You can make it to 2 more times than you can the 3-minute cooldown. And you will notice why you would really want this one if you can get it right and you can prep it up, because sometimes you may mess up the first time. But if you can get that second chance, it works out pretty good. So first off, we're going to call out the rotation. All right. So since we cannot Primordial Wave the PvP training one, we are going to be using this one, but we're just going to be showing the rotation. The damage is definitely going to scale and it's definitely going to vary. But what we're looking for is 4 lava bursts around 100k, a frost shock, hopefully crits for 100k, earth shock, lightning bolt. Those are the main ones that's going to be right there. We're rocking full crit. 27% crit. That will go up to pretty much, what is that? 29.7 when we're in PvP mode. If you're not trying to use your Ice Fury, your Stormkeeper, or anything else, if you're just trying to go straight lava burst, not even your other cooldowns that you have, because I've noticed you can try to pump out maximum lava burst damage, but sometimes they have astral shift or something that's going to reduce the damage. But what you do want is the numbers for the next rotation. So for this one right here, we're going to show you with just the Ascendance why we're using Ascendance. All right, supposed to be Primordial Wave, both the trinkets, pop all your stuff, Sky Fury, and then Frost Shock, just regular Frost Shock. That's the weird thing about this build so far that I've been noticing, that Elemental Equilibrium is weird a little bit, just because it says dealing direct fire, frost, and nature damage within 10 seconds will increase all damage dealt by 15% for 10 seconds. Now, that make it sounds like you have to do a fire, frost, and nature damage within the 10 seconds. Unfortunately, that's not the case here, because if you do a nature, frost, nothing happens. Frost, nature, nothing happens. But for some reason, it only takes 2. If you do flame shock, it has to be fire first for some reason, and then frost, you gain that buff. All right, so that's why we're trying to do it that way. For some reason, if you do what is it, like, oh, we can't get the buff right now. If you do like lightning and then fire, like, it doesn't work. It don't pop for some reason. So for some reason, it only works on certain ones, and the one that we're looking for is flame shock, frost shock. That's it. And so for right now, we're gonna wait 15 seconds for our Ascendance to come back up, and we'll show you again what we're talking about, because we messed up on the first time because we forgot about frost shock. So we're gonna go Primordial Wave, bust the trinkets, the racial, Sky Fury Totem, and then just hit them with a little Frost Shock, just a little one, doesn't have to be Ice Fury one, just a little one, just to gain that buff, because now you're fully buffed. And then you hard cast Lava Burst, and this is the one where you want to use your Spirit Walker's Grace, just in case if you think someone's about to silence you, because you're about to let it go right now. You're fully buffed, they don't know you're fully buffed, and you're about to let it go right now. So if you feel like someone's about to silence you, then pop Spirit Walker's Grace in the middle of your cast so you can launch that bad boy. But if not, save it for later and just let it fly. And so now that we're here, we got it. Primordial Wave, bust both the stuff, Sky Fury, tap him with that jab, boom, no one can stop it, boom. And so for right here, we're noticing that you'll be guaranteed 3. You'll be guaranteed 3. What you want is 4, definitely, because what happens is it's the overload that you potentially want up here, because you want 4 of them. Don't pay attention to the numbers right now, because those are going to be all weird numbers. But what you want is 4 lava bursts, ideally 5. If you're even more lucky, you can get 6. You can get 6. I've gotten 6 lava bursts before. 1 overload on each one of the bad boys, but it's very difficult. I am trying a spec where I get full mastery again, like I did in Shadowlands, where I was pumping 6 lava bursts all in one go. It was awesome. But for right now, I'm noticing that you get 4 a lot more than you can get 5 and 6. 3, if you're very unlucky, you will get 3, but you'll be guaranteed 3 at least. And that is what you want right there for the beginning shot of your rotation, because the whole rotation is a lot more complicated than that. I just need everybody to understand why we're taking Ascendance and not deeply rooted elements. All right. And there's a reason why we're taking the cooldown of it and Magma Chamber rather than Echo Chamber, because we're rocking Stormkeeper and we're rocking Lightning Rod with Surge of Power and Power of the Maelstrom. So we'll be guaranteed only 4 lightning bolts now, not the beautiful 5 that we were getting last patch that we were using in order to get 20 lightning bolts. And it was awesome. That was last patch, but that's not happening anymore. So this is the new build now that I'm figuring, but the rotation is still the same that I'm noticing. It's still the same. And if done perfectly, if you can free cast everything, not only can you one-shot a dude, you can one-shot possibly multiple dudes, because I have done it and it's weird. It's a little weird, because you can one-shot people with the what is it, lava burst, and then with the lightning. But I've noticed if I'm trying to do as much damage in one go with the lava burst, it's better to have the magma chamber rather than the echo chamber, because the next couple of things after the lava burst will be the frost shock, so you can get electrified shocks onto that bad boy and increase the damage taken by 15% for your nature. And that's why we want magma chamber, because we want that earth shock to be as buffed as much as we can, because we are rocking that 2 set right now that will change when all the new stuff comes out. But for right now, this is the build right now, and we are having a good old time with this bad boy in BGs and in solo shuffles. But it is a little difficult, only because now I have to hard cast Lava Burst, which we really don't like, because if you've seen me play, I'm bouncing all over the place and I'm working on instants. And I loved Lava Surge with the instant Lava Bursts, the Frost Shocks, and the Lightning Bolts. So just to show what was the previous build before this patch, I'm going to show you what the rotation is and what the build was and how it differs from this one. But it's essentially the same. You can pull it off the same way. It's just a little trickier. All right. So the previous build was strictly pure power. This was it right here. Oh, not that one right there. This one went right here. And it's so we can get that free lava burst after the earth shock, and we were rocking unleashed shields because of our bad boys over here, and static field totem. That would get us out of a lot of stuff. So this was the build before patch 10.1. So we're gonna Flame Shock, Primordial Wave, Flame Shock, Ice Fury, Stormkeeper, Sky, Lava, Frost, Earth, Lightning, Lava Burst, Frost, Earth, Lightning. So technically, that's the rotation right there to get maximum out of all your spells and all the bad boys, right? And so ideally you would hit, see, like you can do it on the dungeons, you would hit for 20 lightning bolts right there, because we ended up getting that Power of the Maelstrom buff. And so you ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lightnings in one Stormkeeper, and then again. And so the rotation: Flame Shock, Primordial Wave, Flame Shock, Ice Fury, Lava Burst, Frost Shock, Earth Shock, Lightning. The reason why is because you want that Lava Burst first, right? Because it's going to buff your 20% for your Frost Shock. That buffs your Frost Shock. And your Frost Shock be hitting sometimes. They do be critting. Did this one crit? Look at that one crit right there for 120. It be critting sometimes. I'm hitting dudes for 100k Frost Shocks. It's weird. And then you hit them with the Earth Shock because your Frost Shock buffs your next natures for 15%. So that's both of these bad boys. So all of these get that benefit from that bad boy right there. All right. Oh, and in the middle of casting Ice Fury, I pop a Spirit Walker's Grace, just how we were talking about before. I make it so they can't silence me, and so they can't stop the shining. Once I got everything buffed up, I just jump around, hop around, and I just do the rotation. That's all I do. So we go boom, Flame Shock, bust it on the other dude, boom, boom. Oh, we didn't even get that other one because it fucked up, but it's alright. Get that rotation, Sky Fury, Lava Burst, Frost Shock, Earth Shock, Lightning, Lava Burst, Frost Shock, Earth Shock, Lightning Bolt. Boom. And so we ended up getting the Power of the Maelstrom. That's what this is right here. And so we ended up getting those 10 lightning bolts, 20 total again. Oh no, okay, so we only got it on the second. On this Lava Burst ended up giving us that buff, so we only got it on the second one, which is nice too, which is nice. All right, that was the pre 10.1 spec, which is still viable. It is still viable. It's just, I honestly feel it just hits so weak right now because of Volcanic Surge. They nerfed that lightning bolt. The fact that it went from 150 to 30% now. Whatever it was before, I think it was like 110. But it went to PvP 30% now. And I know that they buffed lightning bolt to 57% or whatever, all the shit. I get it, but that, you can feel it. I'm telling you, like when you do this spec, like you can feel the Lava Burst just hitting for like 10k, and it's like, oh my god, why is this Lava Burst hitting for 10k? It's a Lava Surge, you know, I get it, but it's very disheartening. And I felt like when I was in a solo using this spec, like I was just pecking them now, like the healer was just throwing a dot on him and he was just healing for no problem. Even when I was full buffed up with everything, the lightning bolt just was not cutting it anymore. And so, and they nerfed how many times you can hit him and all that stuff, and it's just ugh. And so I've noticed now you can do the same thing with the buff right here, but now you just have to, if one, you have to cast, or two, where is that? Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Boom. You have to cast it, or you use Ascendance for it. Now, let me explain. It's going to be the same rotation. However, instead of casting the Lava Burst, because you don't have instant Lava Burst no more, you're going to just pop Ascendance. Now, you're only going to be able to do it for the first Stormkeeper, because the next Stormkeeper, you're going to have to do one of two things. Either hard cast the Lava Burst, or just go straight into the frost shock after your lightning bolt. So after you do the lava burst, frost shock, earth shock, lightning bolt, you just go straight into frost shock, earth shock, lightning bolt again. If you don't want to hard cast, if you feel like you can take them out or whatever it is. Want to flame shock 3 targets, flame shock, Primordial Wave. Over here, flame shock, Ice Fury, Spirit Walker, so you can move. Storm, Sky. You're gonna hard cast Ascendance, Frost, Earth, Lightning, Hard, Frost, Lightning with 1 second left, you know. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get the buff of Power of the Maelstrom on that one, but that one right there alone put in a good amount. It put in a good amount of DPS on that bad boy, man. And it's been doing good. It's been doing good, man. And so starts right here with Flame Shock, Primordial Wave, Ice Fury. The Lava Burst list is just crazy if you can get them on all 3 of your characters or all 3 of the enemies. But the problem is just like they made it so like Flame Shock is just getting dispelled like that, dude. And so that's why you got to play it. You got to play pretty smart right now, just because you can still hit them without the flame shock, obviously, but that's the reason why you have to follow through with the rest of the stuff, because your lava burst, you can't count on it. I've tried to see if I can just spec hard into lava burst, and it's been all right. It's been all right. I've been able to one-shot a couple of people, but I've noticed like if people used like their shield wall or something like that, it's not going to happen. And up in like the, like, you know, the 21s and 22s, like they play a little smarter, that I've been noticing, and it's not that easy to just one shot them. They're smarter. They do a life swap or some type of something, and they make it happen. And so for right here, it's best to just use the lava burst as pressure, bring them down, and then hopefully a frost shock will crit like that. Boom. I've had one crit for like 100k frost shocks, no problem. Earth shocks have been, look at that, that's not even a crit, and it was just like bam bam. But that's the reason why we have magma chamber, is because we're trying to buff our earth shock as much as we can, combined with our 2-piece set. And then we hit it off with the lightning rods, with the lightning bolts of our 1 spec right there. And so every time something hits, it takes 20% into a lightning rod. So it's awesome. So this one hit for, damn, see, like this one hit for over 200k. But I know that's on the dummy, but I have hit dudes for just meaty ones. I mean, I've hit a dude for at least like rolling lightnings 150k's. It was crazy. Like they only had like 1 or 3 lightning bolt hits, and I was like, holy shit, dude, like you had like 2 other more that were just waiting for you, you know. But then you follow it through, you buff everything up again, because then you frost shock, or you lava burst, but we hard cast. But of course, if you hard cast, the frost shock will hit first, because the lava burst has to fly there, but it'll buff it. And so if you can buff it and it crits, that's nasty. And then the rest of the buffs, we didn't get the extra one, which is fine, but we have to take that as that's how we would usually get it. If we did get it, we'd only get 4, no longer 5 now. And so let's try the rotation one more time. And we're going to Flame Shock, Primordial, Flame Shock, and then Ice Fury Spirit, Storm Sky, Hard Cast Ascendance, Frost, Earth, Lightning, Hard Cast, Frost, Earth, Lightning with 1 second left, with the extra lightning bolt buff. Boom. And it's always the same. It's always the same rotation, the same things. You just get that extra one if you had it. So in this one, you have to not count this right here, because you're only going to get these 2, 3 total. Over here, you're going to get 4 total because we ended up getting that buff. And if that buff is that extra 1, it can usually be that one that crits. And I've had that be that one. Just that last lightning bolt be that one and it just crits. Or like it just even hits him for like 30k. But it's that one that finishes him. And I like that. But that's pretty much the rotation right there. The buffs that you are looking for is the Blood Fury, the Trinket, and the Equilibrium for the Lava Bursts in the very beginning. We have it linked to our Stormkeeper, our macros for our stuff. I have it linked, so it's Trinket, Racial, and Stormkeeper when I'm ready to Stormkeeper. Because usually that's when I'm ready to go. Ice Fury, I don't have it on that because sometimes I'll just Ice Fury. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just Lava Burst. I don't have it on my Ascendance because sometimes I want to have it on my Stormkeeper. Like I don't want to save it just for my Ascendance. You know what I mean? I want to use it on my Stormkeeper. That's the main one that I want to have it on. The other unique little ones that I have are Ice Fury. I don't know if you guys have this one. It's a macro, but I have it, so it's a cast sequence of Ice Fury and Frost Shock, Frost Shock, Frost Shock, just because my Ice Fury cast is Shift F, but my Frost Shocks are F. But sometimes I'll hold Shift, you know what I mean, because I'll be jumping around or something like that, and I won't Frost Shock. And so this is the thing that'll make it so you'll be pressing Shift F to cast, but then if I'm still holding it, I can still Frost Shock. You see what I'm saying? While holding Shift. I have the mouse over people, so you can Earth Shield, so you can Earth Shock, so you can Hex, so you can mouse over. I have Flame Shock as a mouse cursor, but also as a auto attack, because sometimes I'll have a dude right next to me and I'll be over here targeting this dude, but instead of just trying to target this dude, I'll click down, look at him, and then just Flame Shock. So I'll be right here and I'll be like, oh snap. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot faster for me than to be like over here trying to cast something and then be like, oh snap, try to hit him over here, or try to come over here and then click him. I just click off of him, look at him, and then auto attack the closest thing to me. Got to be careful with that because sometimes you might hit a pet or something like that. You just got to know your area. You know what I mean? Know what is that? Your Batman stuff, man. Your surroundings. That's what it is. But that's the spec for right now that we should be trying to implement. Just because with this right here, we're using Power of the Maelstrom. Just because, say all of that doesn't work. Say it doesn't work, and say like, yo, they got your kryptonite, you know, the pally bubbled, the hunter turtled, you know, the rogue vanished or cloaked, you know, and that'll happen sometimes. And now the shaman might burrow. That actually happened to me. I was like, where the hell is this shaman, dude? Why aren't I casting? But sure enough, burrow, you know. And so say all of this, they stun you, they silence you, and all your cooldowns go away. That sucks. And so you can play regular. And so now that you have this, Lava Surge has an additional 100% chance to trigger and instead reduce the cast time of your next lightning bolt by 50%. It's nice because it stacks up twice, and it's nice, dude. That lightning bolt mixed in with Surge of Power and Power of the Maelstrom, yo, when you Earth Shock and then you have that active, that lightning bolt does do a good amount of damage, just baseline hard casting lightning bolt, because it's a 0.8 cast, and it's nice. It is nice. And especially if you can get all that in there together like that, mixed in with some Frost Shocks, oh yeah, dude, you do a good amount of damage until your cooldowns come up. And that's why you want Ascendance to be on a 2-minute cooldown. I know that's asking a lot for right here, but it's a part of the rotation. I promise you, I've been trying to figure out every single one of what can maximize damage and everything. And you can maximize Lava Surge completely. You can go down here and get the 5%. You can go down here, get the 10%, get the 15%. But from what I notice is everybody always has a thing like Nature's Guardian or something that prevents you from one-shotting them, because their health will just like, it'll go down, then it'll come back up just from that one little one. So instead of trying to maximize damage on that, let's put it and spread it out a little bit and just put the pressure on them. Because I'll notice, like, I'll just on the lava burst, I'll get a dude down to like a 10% HP if not one-shotting him. But if I get him down, it'll be about 10 to 20% HP, and because they got like some shield or something like that. But that's when the other rotation comes in. That's when the Frost Shock for 100k hits in. That's when the Earth Shock for 100k hits in. And that's when you got, hopefully, because you hard casted the Lava Burst, that you have a 25% chance to get that extra lightning bolt. And so you have 4 lightning bolts waiting for them with 4 lightning rods. So in total of 8 lightning bolts total. Lightning damage or whatever the hell it is. But we're going to try it again. So we got Flame Shot. Wait a little bit so we can do it quick. Primordial, Flame, Ice Fury Spirit, Storm Sky, Hard Cast Ascendance, Frost, Earth, Lightning, Hard Cast, Frost, Earth, 3 seconds left, Lightning. See if you do it fast, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much the build that we're feeling right now. There's a reason why we have everything for everything. Obviously, you want Earth Grab Totem on this side. There's a reason why I have Guardians, Kugel, whatever this is, capacitor that automatically drops twice. We want that just because we're rocking Static Field Totem. There's been so many times, dude, we're just getting double melee, double trained and shit, and we're just like over here and we're just walking. We're just like, oh my god, we're just training us. But that's why we have Gust of Wind, because then we drop down the boop, and then we head on out of there. And then they try to run, they get stunned, and then they either try to run again, they get stunned again. So then you get on out of there and then you run. And that has saved me so many times to have 2 of those bad boys, because sometimes another person won't get stunned the first time, but then they'll get sucked in and then they get stunned again. And sometimes people are very anal and very quick. I'll drop that totem and I'll drop the static, and they can only kill 1, you know, before they try to come after me. And so they'll go after the capacitor because they don't want to get stunned. They can stand there because if they're a hunter, they can still shoot and stuff like that. But they'll get that capacitor totem. Little do they know that when they hit it, they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm good. And they'll start to run. But then all of a sudden they get stunned again. They're like, well, dude, what the hell? So many times I've seen it happen, and it's beautiful. So that's the reason why we rock that one. We rock, obviously, the Wolf Aphany, just because this has worked so well with Static Field Totem and Capacitor Totem to stay in Ghost Wolf, because we're rocking Spirit Wolf, because you want to be in this one. When you're getting trained, plus 20%, oh yeah. And we're not rocking the plus 20% damage reduction on this one. We're rocking the 30-second cooldown, because we've noticed 130 is a good amount to where, oh snap, they caught up to us now. It's time. They're trying to tank us and do all that stuff. When I put it at 2 minutes, I'm always waiting for it. I'm like, oh my god, 10 seconds left. Oh my god, these guys are about to train me. Oh my god. But no, like, if you have it at minute 30, you always have it pretty much there, ready and waiting. That one mixed in with Static Field Totem is very good. Usually I would have Unleashed Shields, because that's awesome. It mixins good with these ones, so you can rock 2 of them. I only rock this one. I'll switch this one out with a Static Field with Unleash if I'm at that arena with like the bridge where I can like knock them down, because Thunderstorm and Unleash Shields works very well in that bad boy, especially if you're getting trained. And so I'd rather have that one and Thunderstorm, because it's only a 30-second cooldown, rather than the Static Field if we're on like the flat plane. You know what I mean? And so we are rocking the lightning lasso. That's the one to have, so you can stop them just in case they are trying to mess with you or they're trying to mess with your team. Because what I'd like to do is, there's a reason why I have Voodoo Mastery. I see a lot of people try to go this route and get Winds of Alakir, and that takes two, homie. That takes 2 points. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not trying to run that far. They're gonna catch up to me. It's just I'd rather have the debuff, the buff of 20 stack 20%. And so if you go this route and you take Voodoo Mastery, I'd rather have this one than this one, because your hexed target slowed by 70% during and after for 6 seconds sounds awesome as shit. But no, like for some reason they always have something to remove it, some type of something to get out of it, just like this one over here. Thunderous Pause, we do want this one, but this one just works too good for right now. And so I've noticed that Voodoo Mastery is very good to have, because a 15-second hex is beautiful in shuffles. I'm telling you, man, you just be hexing this dude over here, lightning lasso this dude, so then you got both your DPSs, so you stop the damage just in case your dude's getting trained, you know? And then you do some damage, and then your hex is already up. Oh, snap, hex the healer now, you know? Do some more stuff, hex the other guy now. Like, this one works very well with it. And then obviously Gust of Wind. Spirit Walk is nice, it is good, but like, nah, dude, Gust of Wind is just too gangster. We did not go through 4 expansions of looting this bad boy for it to only get shunned. No, this mixed in with Static Field Totem and Capacitor Totem, mixed in with double Capacitor Totem, get you out of a lot of stuff. And mixed in with the pup, you know, because you got that extra movement. So you pop that bad boy and you stay in that movement, and then you Gust of Wind around a pillar. Oh, dude, you're out, you know? Sometimes you might want to take Burrow, you know what I mean? Instead of Sky Fury Totem, I'd recommend that if you're trying to go straight for living. If you know these double deeps are just messing with you, sacrifice that Sky Fury Totem, because it's best to have all the stuff, right? Because you can still do everything, right? It's just the Sky Fury is just going to put in that extra more for that lava burst and all those crits that you be having, because we're crit based. But you can still pull off everything. It's just you don't drop the Sky Fury Totem after the Stormkeeper. So you Ice Fury, Sky, Storm, and just go straight to it. Lava Burst, Ascendance, Frost, Earth, Lightning, Lava, Frost, Earth, Lightning. See what I'm saying? You still, it's just, you know, you're not going to do that 20% damage, which is fine. Hopefully you got a Shaman healer with you that drops it for you, or somebody drops it, you know, maybe an enhancement. But the damage of that consistency is what you want to put that pressure on them, because you might get silenced on your lava burst, but that's all right. You got your Frost Shock ready, you got your Earth Shock ready, and you got your Lightning Bolt ready. You can do that shit twice. And so luckily, let's just say you do get silenced on your first lava burst. You got fully buffed up, and you're hard casting that lava burst. Say you get silenced, that's fine. You continue the rotation: Frost Shock, Earth Shock, Lightning Bolt. But then right after the Lightning Bolt, instead of casting again hard cast lava burst, you just go straight Ascendance, Frost Shock, Earth Shock, Lightning Bolt. See what I'm saying? And so that's going to be the rotation for right now. And of course, if you want to drop in your dude up in there and drop in the meteor, drop that whenever you want. You know what I mean? Drop that at the end of your whole thing after your final Lightning Bolt, and then drop in the meteor. Cool, do what you got to do. But that right there is the baseline rotation for this spec right here. I know it is very complicated and it is hard. It is. You try to play this. Like in Shuffle, it's difficult, especially when you got double melee just training you. There's a reason why you want Gust of Wind, Static Field Totem, Earth Grab, and double Capacitor for double melee like that. If you're going to try to not use Burrow. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to try to go full on thing, this is what you got to use. And then, of course, your bread and butter of Surge of Power, because of your Surging Shields, you gain that that Maelstrom, you'll have an Earth Shock to end up Frost Shocking a dude in place. You know what I mean? And hopefully getting out of there and shit. But this is pretty much the build of what we're trying to do, and trying to delete some people, man. You know what I mean? Trying to put them to sleep, Jiggly Puff them, and just snug them straight up. But we're going to do it one more time. This is the build. And in BGs, man, in BGs, imagine, dude, if you bloodlust. So we're gonna, try it again. Boat, 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 and we're gonna lust right now. Boom, huh. And you just boom, dude. You just killing people. And then that, look at that. Look how fast that lava burst is. It's almost instant. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what it's like right there. And that's what it's like when you do full damage. You got the full rotation. That's the rotation right there. All right. But that's what we got so far. And that's what we're going to try to get into. Obviously, you want to tweak out to your own play style and your own everything. I mean, you can definitely take off Oath of the Seer if you want to put that in this one. You want to put it in that one to maximize the full lava burst. If you feel like, you can get that damage off, no problem. That's what that's there for. But from what I've noticed, you really do want this, man, because there's sometimes maybe you might mess up. You don't want to wait 3 minutes. You don't want to wait 3 minutes. 2 minutes comes around a lot more better than 3 minutes, man. That third minute is a long minute that I've noticed in shuffles, because a lot can happen in that minute, man. And so if you want to try to put it in somewhere else, like you feel like the lightning bolt does good damage, you want to put it in the echo chamber, you totally can, man. It's all depending on your play style. If you want to put it straight into magma chamber and the dude, the fire guy, totally can. You know what I mean? But from what I'm learning so far right now, best to have one magma chamber, one bad boy right there, and 2 right there, just to have that cooldown of that 2 minutes, because you can kite for a good minute and you can live, burrow, shield, ghost wolf away until that 2 minutes is up and start the next rotation. And if not, you still have Stormkeeper. Stormkeeper will be right back up in a minute. You can still do that rotation. If you got a hard cast the regular lava burst, that's fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to go lava burst Ascendance. You can just go lava burst, frost shock, earth shock, lightning bolt. It's just, it sucks now that you have to hard cast lava burst, because before you would get instant lava bursts and you can just jump around throwing everything and never had to cast anything besides Ice Fury maybe. Oh, and Stormkeeper when you were ready to delete a dude, you know what I mean? But everything else, you're just hopping around and just frost shocking, earth shocking, lava searching. But do it one more time. Flame, Primordial. We're still on this target, but we're putting our mouse cursor over here so we can instant cast. Boom, boom, hard casting, Ascendance, Frost, Earth, Lightning, hard, Frost, Earth, Lightning with 2 seconds. And then boom, if you want to, bam, whatever you want to do after that. You can still earth shock them. You can still hit them with the lightning bolt that you be getting, because that lightning bolt do be that's what this is over here, to make it so that cast is just, you want to earth shock them and then boom, boom, boom. See what I'm saying? It throws 3 of them if you can have Power of the Maelstrom on there mixed in with that earth shock. So that earth shock hit them for that, and then those mixed in together, and hopefully they crit. Unfortunately they didn't crit right there, but hopefully they do. But that's pretty much the build right now for 10.1 Dragonflight Elemental Shaman. That's what I got so far, because I mean, like, everything else you can tweak it here and there, but that right there I feel is the best rotation. And hopefully while I'm talking about this whole thing, I'll be showing you clips and showing you guys what it is. But that's the one for show.